More and more information is being leaked about the NSA thanks to Edward Snowden, and the latest includes info on something known as a quantum computer. It is a computer that the NSA is developing in order to break encryption software. So anything that's encrypted, their technology would be able to break through it and get the information that they're looking to collect. This is information that was written by the Washington Post, and it just kind of shows you that even though all of this leaked info has basically been told to the American people, the NSA has not been deterred. They plan on continuing their spying program, and they plan to develop this quantum computer.
Yeah.
I'm of a mixed mind on this, so bring on that I'm a sellout.
Yeah.
Like, of course they should be developing this program. I want them to develop this program. I don't want someone else to be able to break our encryption codes and we can't break the encryption codes back. I just don't want them to use it to read my bank records without a warrant.
But I think that's what the problem is. I mean, I agree with you. I don't have a problem with the NSA developing this if they use the technology and they use the quantum computer appropriately. But how far-fetched is that? I mean, I don't see them using it appropriately. I see them abusing their power, just like they've been abusing their power, as Edward Snowden has so courageously told us about.
But isn't the whole issue here about what they do with their immense power? Nobody is trying to keep them from developing spying techniques, and no one will. There's not a vote in Congress for any of that, nor is a federal judge going to stop that. The issue is consistently going to be, it's so simple. I mean, it's not, how the implementation might be a little complicated, but the solution is simple. You need a real court to give you a warrant.
Yeah.
That's it.
You just need a real Constitution.
You need to follow the Constitution. Then you can develop the best, the quantum of solace can spy away.
You can develop Superman.
Yeah, James Bond can use it to get that chick with the burns in her back.
Totally.
No, but it's like any other technology. Like I try to make clear whenever we do a story that's against drones. Drones are terrible when they bomb a wedding. They're not so terrible when they take out a missile launcher or something like that. Like any of this technology could be used for good or for bad reasons. And look, I agree with you that I think that the first day that they successfully create a quantum computer, which would be an amazing day for the world, not just for the NSA, it's something that many different organizations are trying to do because it would be much faster for a variety of reasons that I can only barely understand. But I do think that the first thing that the analyst would use it for is to break into his ex-girlfriend's Facebook or something. Like that's the sort of thing that unfortunately they will use.
You think you need the quantum to break into Facebook?
I don't know, maybe. But yeah, we can expect that there will be some abuses. It doesn't mean that it would be a bad thing necessarily for us to have this if we ever go to war with China or Russia in the future.
I think what I like about this information is the fact that it gives you a sense of what the NSA is capable of and what they plan on doing in the future. I mean, it at least gives you a sense that this technology is being developed and there is a possibility for abuse as soon as it is developed. And I definitely think it will be abused. I mean, they've already abused their powers. Indiscriminately collecting information on all of us is ridiculous without any probable cause, without any type of warrant. And unless the Supreme Court rules that that type of activity is unconstitutional, the NSA will continue to do so. And my biggest problem with that is how it'll lead to intimidation. If you are someone who's going to speak truth to power and you might have a shady past or you might have done things that you're embarrassed about, well, the NSA has collected data on that and they will release it if they want to intimidate you or to discredit you. Yeah. They're already doing that with 6 Muslims abroad, which, by the way, none of them are involved in any type of terror plot.
Yeah, but they're Muslims.
But they're Muslims, exactly. One of which, by the way, is a U.S. citizen. So not like they give a shit about that.
So I'm a bit conflicted because you might have already mentioned this, and if you did, I apologize. The Washington Post, which got this information, it makes clear that they're only trying to develop it, and we don't even know if they're at the same level of development as some universities and things like that who are also trying to develop this.
Years away.
Yeah, so this quantum computer by itself has nothing to do with breaking encryption. It's just something it would be particularly good at. But we have a history in our country and in many other countries of technology being developed for the military, which then provides great benefits for the rest of society. I mean, the fact that we have an internet at all is a result of DARPA and the development that the Department of Defense did that created the initial incarnation of the internet.
Because public universities can't get research grants from this, but they'll hand it out.
I'm not saying that that's the way it should be, but I'm saying that there is certainly a precedent for, the NSA creates this because they want to crack some encryption code of Germany or something perhaps, but then all of us have significantly faster things that can, crack DNA codes and stuff like that, or all sorts of other very processor intensive things that we would want advanced computer systems for.
We got to get this whether it's a civilian observer, more than an observer, a civilian member of the FISA court to protect, or a FISA court with some teeth that actually turns the NSA down occasionally. That would be nice. We got to get out in front of it, because I mean, there's like the new things are coming, and all of a sudden they're going to be like, of course we collected data on everyone. All we had to do was press one button, and we collected all the data. Like, so we need to be out in front of it. These changes need to be implemented, and implemented significantly, and they need to have some teeth.
It is really scary, right? That they're trying to develop a supercomputer that can break any encryption code. And what's even scarier is that down the line, what if they start developing like weapons that can kill a lot of people, like nuclear warheads and stuff like that? Would be scary if something like that happened. That could annihilate the whole planet with the wrong push of a button. You know what I'm saying? Like if that ever happens, then I'm going to get pissed off.
Then you're gonna get pissed off. Yeah.
We are working backwards a little bit here.
Really fast note, I believe it was just today a federal judge said that the NSA can continue with the bulk metadata collection for phones. So we've got that again.
Oh,
wonderful.
That federal judge's name, Joey Limbaugh. I don't know
Is
if
it
you
really?
know that. No, I just made that up.
So that's happening. And also, I think it was made clear, I think you made this clear, but this is also another thing that we got as a result of what Edward Snowden did. So once again, we wouldn't even know about this if not for his courageous acts last year.
Which is why I think it's important to cover it, because
exactly.
we keep finding these little details about what the NSA is doing, and this in and of itself might not be that big of a deal, but I like knowing, exactly how powerful the NSA is and what they're planning on doing in the future. It's important to know.